It
Okay.
is.
Ooh, I hate her already.
Dude, it's the worst.
It's so
And then
bad.
it pops up on the recording too, so it's terrible. Dylan, meet Joe. Joe, meet Dylan.
Hey,
Hello.
how's it going?
Great. This is my girlfriend.
Is that a famous person? I feel like I should
Yes.
know.
Nancy
You don't know
Pelosi.
who Selena Gomez is?
I don't listen to pop music. I don't know who Selena Gomez is.
You don't
Why would I?
have to.
It's Nancy
She's everywhere.
Pelosi. He already said it. He said
When
it
he
first.
popped when he popped on, I was like, is that Nancy Pelosi behind you? Because like it kind of looks like just the eyes.
Just the eyes.
Do that. Nancy.
Actually, yeah. When he
Selena.
kind of
Nancy. Selena.
who eats a fucking ice cream cone like that? Selena Gomez.
Selena
That's
Gomez.
how
She's
messes
trying to
are
look
made.
cute.
Who eats at Bob Evans?
Actually, I don't. I just buy my clothes there. I've never had their food.
He's
I'm
got
kidding.
one that's signed by who was it? Queens of the Stone Age?
Bob?
Queens of the Stone Age, yeah. I have a Bob Evans
Weird.
hat signed by every member of the Queens of the Stone Age.
Even that meth guy?
Yeah,
Hell yeah, that guy rules.
I'm assuming. I mean, it was everybody that was in the band at the time.
Yeah, but he went to jail, I think.
Maybe
It's
he.
like a police standoff or something. Some cool shit.
Oh, he was in the band like a long time ago. I don't think it was him.
Yeah.
I don't have his.
Bummer.
Bummer.
Could have got a lot of coin for it with his.
I mean, Josh Homme said that if he sees it on eBay, he knows exactly who it is. 'Cause I can't imagine they
He's
sign a
like,
lot
I've
of Bob
never done
Evans
this
hats.
before. I'm never
Yeah.
gonna do it again.
I want to like see if I can see them live in 10 years and like have them sign another Bob Evans hat
Yeah, yeah.
just to see if they remember.
You
Or
need,
the
like, an
same
apron
one
or
would be
something.
cool.
They had the same hat.
Be like, hey guys, remember me? Can you just sign it again?
Yeah, it's starting to fade. Can you just go over your last one?
Like getting a tattoo touched up. You're like, hey, I had to get this touched up. It's been 10 years or so.
I don't think I've worn it ever. It just hangs out in my apartment.
So can we talk real quick about are you running a tutoring house? Is that what's going on here? Or like why is Marty doing homework at your house?
Okay, so this is one of the so to understand. So I made a PowerPoint to ask out a girl, and then I put it on Instagram, and it didn't work. And then like a week later, Martin Malloy posted on Facebook like, "Hey, can somebody help me with PowerPoint?" And Katie Moynihan thought it'd be funny to tag me in it, and she did. And then I was like, well, I'm gonna make sure she's the asshole. So I've been helping him. I helped him with PowerPoint, and then he has to submit videos every once in a while. And so I help him submit the videos because I have a camera.
Shout out
Although
to
his
Katie
video,
Moynihan.
his like video thing didn't work today. It was really annoying. It was like, yeah, you're supposed to hit here. There's gonna be a button that says create video, and it just wasn't there. So we were like, cool. Just couldn't do his assignment.
Tagging people and shit is the biggest dick move.
Yeah.
Like when like a horrible comic's like, hey, I'm gonna be in town this day. Does anyone have any shows? Someone's like, yeah, Dylan runs a show. Message him. I'm like, no.
That's actually very funny. Like that's a good like low level troll though when when you know it's gonna be a disaster.
Yeah.
It's funnier. It's like funny if people tag you too and you don't run shows.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'd be okay with it if someone was like Joe Briggs and I was like, we don't have any shows.
Yeah.
Nothing.
But like, wouldn't you gotta love the I'm that guy in the comedy scene guy though that like knows where all the shows are. Like maybe he doesn't even run a show and he's not on it, but like you know the scene better than anybody. That was a weird part about moving here is like you have to like talk to that guy and then now he'll like check in every once in a while.
Who's the guy in Cleveland?
Probably Eric Kazin or because
that's what I was gonna say. It's like
Yeah.
that one dweeby dude. That guy that has Google and thinks it impresses people.
The guy that has Google.
Yes, I just want to explain to you why this scene is so important.
And 12 emojis.
Wait, where are you at then?
Me?
Yeah, sorry. I know Ray's in Wisconsin.
I'm in rural Pennsylvania right
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's awful.
For comedy?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, that's his career move was
Yeah.
rural PA.
I do comedy to horses.
Better
And they love
crowds, the town you're in now or Reno?
Yeah. Reno was fucking way better.
Oh, so did you just like you just came from Reno?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Oh.
had to move back. Things were getting weird.
Yeah, I can't
I was
imagine.
kind of homeless. Was getting involved with the Hells Angels. Just kind of had to get out of there.
Are you the Rolling Stones?
Yeah, all of them.
This is like
they're like,
this
we
is
need
the-
a younger vessel to attach ourselves to, and then shows you.
This is the most fun for me because I just met him. So he's like, I got involved with the Hells Angels, and I don't know if it's real. I'm just like, oh shit,
I mean,
this could be
kind of
real.
It's not real though. I mean,
Yeah. Really, I was just near a lot of them a lot of the time.
Oh shit.
But are the Hells Angels even like really the Hells Angels anymore, or is there like a big resurgence from like that one motorcycle show?
I don't know. They seem like they might be. I don't know. I don't have anything to compare it to. Not like these aren't like the old school Hells Angels.
Yeah, you
Back
should
in
have went
my
up
day.
to him and be like, "Hey, are you guys just a bunch of pussies, or are you like the Hells Angels of yore?"
My grandpa was a Hells
You guys are
Angels,
just
and he
pussies
wants
though,
you guys
right?
to know you suck.
Like that'd be a good way just to test. Is like, I heard you guys all are just giant pussies now. Do you want to arm wrestle? Like,
Yeah.
something.
You guys are grandpas.
But so you don't have a bus out of your town. What's the
No.
closest? Like even
There's
like
no. So what city is it in PA?
It's called Saxonburg.
Oh wow, I thought I'd. No, I don't know where that is.
No, it's awful. There's like 3 streets here.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Is it just farms?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's like an hour north of Pittsburgh.
Oh okay.
So,
Been to Pittsburgh. I did. Well, so you can go to Pittsburgh for comedy. Like they have a pretty good comedy scene. I didn't mean for that to sound as dumb as it did. I'm a little bit off today. I'm sorry.
that's the dumbest fucking thing ever.
this is the best conversation. Like I'm just sitting back and listening because hey, have you heard of Pittsburgh?
I texted Ray and I was like, "Hey, I had a migraine today. I'm gonna need you to help me out and do some heavy lifting because my brain's at 50%." And then he
And then
pulls
Ray's
this
like-
shit.
Just watching two strangers small talk themselves into death.
This is like a Tinder date.
Dude, this is
So where'd you go to
100%.
school? Awesome.
This is what this podcast is for, is just for me to have fun watching Joe talk to awkward people.
You don't even put it out.
You don't even put it out. It's just for Ray's personal pleasure.
Yo,
go to
we
bed
are
at
we
night.
are TikTok famous. Is TikTok Can I check in on the
Are we seriously?
kind of. I mean, compared to what we usually were. We
I
were
mean,
we
what
had
is-
before the last clip that you made, we had 3 followers on the TikTok.
Whoa,
We now
that's
we
like
have
the most
34.
ever, right?
We have 34.
And are
Damn.
those real people?
I don't know. And then
They're
there's
all like
90
models from Switzerland.
there's 91 likes on this video.
Wow.
So I mean, we're just kind of like we're
Not
crushing
famous.
it, dude.
Is it you guys doing like a dance? Isn't that all TikTok is? Are you
I
just
don't
like lip sync shit?
It's like reels. It's like the little like Instagram reels, but it's all that. And I mean, so Joe makes clips of our thing, and then I'll put it up on the social media, and I put it up on TikTok, and we got like a bunch of play on that one. I mean, like the big ones do like millions, but like our usual like Instagram shit does like 40, and this is 600.
I
I
don't
think he
know.
said 91.
I don't understand Instagram's like algorithm for stuff either, because we were averaging like 100 views a video, and all of a sudden it was like one of them was just like 10. Since then, we just haven't gotten like anything. It's really weird.
They only promote it if you stole it from someone else.
Yeah, I guess it's so uncomfortable.
Did you see that TikTok dancers are going on strike? That's what the world is in 2021. Black TikTok dancers are refusing to make videos because white girls are stealing their dances and putting it on TikTok without giving them credit.
White girls
This
have
is like-
actors now. That's just what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Also, is Black TikTok, are they like 1099 or something? How are they going on strike?
Yeah, like they're just not gonna do cool shit. Like that's how we ended up with country music in the 90s. Like we need Black people to keep doing cool stuff so we can steal it and still have cool stuff.
I thought country music was because all the hair metal dudes had to go to rehab.
Yeah. It was because Garth Brooks also listened to Poison. That's why country music blew up in the 90s.
Yeah.
That's literally it, I feel like.
What's your favorite Van Halen song?
That's tough. Probably Girl Gone Bad.
That's the one.
What?
That's the one. That's the favorite.
I don't know. It's a sleeper. Not a lot of people talk about that song, but it's a fucking banger.
Joe, what is your favorite Van Halen song?
This is a deep cut. I'm gonna go with a Thriller by Michael Jackson.
I mean,
not a lot of Van Halen at the Rock Hall.
Huh?
Or no, he does the solo and Beat It.
Oh, Beat It. Whatever.
Yeah.
Count it. I tried.
That's close. I like where
not a lot of Van Halen wasn't in the Rock Hall very much. That was a problem.
They weren't in the Rock Hall.
I don't remember seeing them.
Dude, Led Zeppelin wasn't in the Rock Hall. That was the one that shocked me. It was like, oh, you're not going to put the best rock and roll band of all time in the Rock Hall? Okay.
You mean Van Halen?
I mean,
miles better than Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin's a bunch of boring, sober dads. I don't know. I'm not into it.
Oh, Joe must be frozen. I was waiting for his rebuttal, and he's just frozen.
Joe left.
I was like, you must be real mad.
He's like, I'm not doing this.
That's funny though. Why haven't you posted anything about Free Britney?
Because a comic I know in California posted the thing I wanted to. And then I was like, I don't care. Also, I don't give a shit about Britney. What?
What did they post?
It was hashtag Free Britney, and then at the bottom it was with purchase of, how's it go? With purchase of one Britney of greater than or equal to value.
Oh, that's actually very funny.
Yeah.
I feel like if you would have not to punch up their joke that's probably already famous. But if you were like Free Britney, but large Britney or something like that would be 99 cents more or something like that. Upgrade it for 99 cents.
Yeah.
Or just pay the cost of shipping and handling.
One Britney per household.
Call this number, no purchase necessary.
Like with mail-in rebate, 6 to 8 weeks.
Without it, $70. Oh no. Nope. Joe just texted me.
He's like, I'm not gonna sit there
out.
with that kid. He's what?
He just probably quit. He's like, do you know what? I'm done. This usually happens. I will lose just internet connection halfway through because we use Ashley's Zoom account.
Oh yeah.
And because you can record longer, and she will log onto her computer, and then it'll just try to kick me out. But since I'm in the meeting, it won't let it.
She pay for Zoom or some shit?
She gets it because she's a teacher, so they gave teachers, and I think they also she might have paid for it too. But like, remember at the beginning of COVID when like we tried to do like that Skype recording thing?
No.
Okay. But like it wasn't working for like the longest. And then she's like, "Oh, my Zoom one always pops out perfectly."
Oh,
And so that's when I started using that. Why don't you do Zoom comedy shows since you have that's the only way you can do it now.
I don't like the idea of them. Did you ever
Yeah,
do one?
I did a couple. I did one. I mean, it was hard not to because like it was booked. I do yeah, Joe. He goes, "Can you hold it down until I get back on there?" Like, what do you think I'm gonna do? Just not use
We're
this
just sitting
time?
here in
We're
silence.
really gonna hang out, wait for him to come back. But I did one where it was like $75 for like 12 minutes. And I was like, how am I just not gonna like how am I gonna turn down $75
Yeah,
to do 12 minutes in my bedroom? Like I don't even have to leave the house.
and no one's
And
gonna watch it.
I mean, yeah, so I mean like it was for like an insurance company or some shit. Like they were like, we want everybody to like know that we still care and blah 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 blah. Like it was like a whole like it was supposed to be like a morale booster, and I'm just in there like ranting for 12 minutes straight because I hadn't done like stand up in 2 months.
Yeah. Yeah, but I
But
mean, Reno like opened up like what? Shit shut down at like the end of March, and Reno was like already back to doing live shows in like May. So like I didn't even have like a time where I was like desperate and needed to do Zoom shows. By the time there was like a bunch of them.
well, and that was like for fucking the Funny Stop opened like end of May, and it
Yeah,
was like but it felt like it was so much longer because I was like in by March I was doing 18-ish shows a month, and then it was
yeah,
like nothing, and then I had to like I was just working.
yeah,
Now like when I'm not going to a mic or something, like I at least have the chance to, and I'm just like at least just skipping it, like it's still there.
yeah.
Go be a open mic hero then.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still probably never gonna do one.
I mean, it was
If I
like one
do,
of
I need
those
to
things
think of a
where
bunch of fun background gags.
yeah, that's what you got this for. This is like your open mic for your Zoom shows.
Yeah. Yeah, no, not feeling it.
I would like everybody was like these are the future of mics now too. And like
Why don't they
somebody
just say
like
comedy's dead?
well, but somebody was like, where else can you be on like an open mic with like somebody from Japan? And I was like, well, there's probably a reason why I'm not doing stand up in Japan. Like,
Yeah, you probably don't have the same crowd.
well, have you seen that? There's that
Also, is that the
documentary.
end goal here? Is that what everyone's dream is? They're like, I want to be on the same show as someone from Japan. Then I'll know I've made it.
Yeah. Well, have you seen there's like the Tom Segura, Chad Daniels, and then Pete Lee is called I Need You to Kill. It was like it's like an Amazon doc.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, like that's kind of like there's probably pockets of like stand up everywhere, but like they also
Yeah,
probably got paid a shitload of money to do it, not just did it for
right.
free.
Yeah, and they actually got to like see Japan or whatever.
Yeah, that's true. Like they probably flew and everything for free.
Yeah, not fucking sitting there fucking house.
Which would be, I mean, wildly boring. I don't know. I couldn't imagine being like, how's Japan feel about this bit? And
Yeah,
like, but you can like, you could see like some like person who would crush on Zoom shows, and they would just be like, once they finally had like their first in-person open mic because they're not going to do like a real show, obviously, and they would just be like, oh, they love that one in South Korea. Like
yeah,
that's just some weird brag.
yeah. It's like when Instagram comedians do fucking real shows. It's like it doesn't fucking work. It's
There's
weird.
Instagram comedians.
Yeah,
Are they
I
like
mean, I think it's the
Facebook
same as
comedians?
fucking. Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're all the same people. Probably the same as like TikTok people.
Yeah, I don't know. Like that Trevor Williams, Trevor Lawrence. That's the
Yeah, that guy's fucking garbage.
I've never seen him do stand up. I've heard that he can actually do it.
I watched like one video once. He was like better than I expected, but still not anything like amazing.
Yeah, he's no Joe Briggs.
Yeah.
What's up,
You've been awfully quiet the
Oh!
last so often.
dude? I'm like Cox. Oh, fuck Cox Internet. Just like fuck any internet service provider in Lakewood. There's like no good ones, and they all charge too much money, and they don't work.
Yeah, it's garbage.
Yeah.
Spectrum's garbage.
This is Cox, which is a very funny name when they actually
Yeah.
suck. But
Oh,
what were
like
you guys
dicks.
talking about? I feel like I just like wrecking ball the conversation.
No, we were talking about Zoom or Instagram comedians and like doing Zoom shows because I told him he should do Zoom shows since he's in the middle of nowhere.
I've done a couple of Zoom shows, and they are brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
Not
you'd be
feeling
really
it.
good at Zoom shows though.
Me?
No,
You're talking to me or Dylan?
Joe.
I mean, I did like a one for like school, like a fundraiser, and it went pretty good. But the key is they left like 5 people unmuted so you could hear laughs. But every other show I did besides that one, like everybody was on mute, and it was just like doing jokes to a black hole, and it never
Just
feels.
do jokes in the fucking mirror.
Yeah, it will never feel as good as like being on stage. It's just not fun.
I'd rather be on
Or you
stage
can
with some shitty bar for like 3 people,
Same.
like
Yeah.
a Zoom show for like 50.
Well, you guys both would know like the same. Like you probably have a pretty similar humor to each other since you both are part of that Lakewood comedy cult for a while.
Yeah. Maybe.
It's
I don't
still
know.
the same. It's the same 13 people you're trying to make laugh.
Yeah.
We got 14 now. All right. Somebody just started because COVID ended.
That was always awkward when there'd be like 2 or 3 shows in a night, and it's just the same people doing the same set you already heard.
Yeah. And then you'd go like the next night, and everybody would be like writing in their notebooks beforehand, and then like
Yeah.
they go up and do the same jokes, and you're like, "Were you writing?"
I remember I did like 4 in one night in Cleveland once, and like at the 4th one, someone who had been to all the same shows that night as me were just like, it was like really cool to see how like your set like evolves through the night. And I was like, oh, I've just been getting hammered all night. Like, no, I'm just wasted now.
Oh, I'm just
You
thinking-
seem more loose. Like
Yeah. You're looking really comfortable up there.
It's like, oh yeah, this is.
I remember like that would happen. Just any stupid trip where you're like you run into somebody a couple times and then like you would like if I ended at Water Street or like Gyro and like
Yeah.
Moliterno was with me earlier in the night, he's like, oh, that worked better over here, and I was like, well, that was also an hour and a half ago before I had to drive a while too.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
So when did you move out of Lakewood then? Because you must have moved probably like right when I started.
It would have been 3 years ago now, 3 or 4-ish.
Oh, okay. So you moved before. Like I was probably doing sketch stuff, but I wasn't doing any stand up. So I think
Yeah.
you moved before I was even like close to
Yeah.
doing stand up.
Yeah, I think it would have been 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So I think I'm at
All
like
that time
10.
just blurs together. Like I'll
Yeah.
like see posts with you in them and like be convinced that that was like a year ago, but then you're just
and
like,
it's
oh
this
fuck,
was
that was forever ago.
1987. Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Well, COVID made me completely threw off my timeline for everything. So now I have
Yeah.
no idea. Like, I don't know.
I just still did shows.
Same.
Reno's a loose cannon. They didn't give a shit.
I gave a shit, and then I got COVID, and then once I got better from COVID, I was like, nothing can kill me.
Yeah, I
You
got
had that
COVID.
attitude?
A fucking shit show. But it's weird, like everyone was doing the like switch the mic out between comics or like putting the covers on them and shit. And I didn't get sick doing shows for like 6 months. And then I went to a comics house on Thanksgiving and got COVID from him there.
Jesus.
Like I've been doing shows with this dude for fucking months.
Well, we were doing Ray's gonna make fun of me because he hates when I talk about the Winchester, but
Yo, did you know? Hold on, pause. Did you know the Winchester is like a real show now? Like it's not just an open mic.
Wasn't it always?
I mean, they would have
Oh.
they would have events every once in a while, but like you could just like go to the Winchester and get on the show.
Oh yeah, I guess they did do that.
But now like it's like super exclusive. So if you're ever in the Cleveland area, I know the guy who can get you on that show.
You mean Jimmy?
No, it's not Jimmy. It's not Jimmy anymore.
It
Oh,
is
really?
Jimmy. Jimmy still runs it.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
what I thought.
Yeah, dude. If you,
Oh, okay.
if you ask me versus Jimmy to get on that show, you have a higher percent of getting on if you ask Jimmy.
Somebody's got to uphold the integrity of the show. So like you've got to like be the gatekeeper. You can't just let anybody on. Like people who know Jimmy though, like that's who can get on.
Yeah.
But sorry, continue.
So
So
what
the
I was gonna
Winchester.
say is like the first show that we hosted, like because I usually host, the first show that we did after they lifted the COVID stuff, I like forgot how to host without like swapping microphones and wiping shit down in between comedians.
Oh, weird.
Because like before I'd have to like run on stage, try and swap a mic, wipe everything down, and get the hell out of there. And like then once it's like a normal set again, it was like almost weird. I was like, oh, I don't have to do a bunch of shit. But knock on wood, nobody got COVID there, so that's pretty tight.
It is what it is.
What was the show that we were pretty sure that you got COVID after? Now that it's like a while enough away. Remember, was that when I was in town for like Christmas time?
Me?
Yeah, when like somebody was like, weren't you like hanging out with somebody and they like all tested positive and then you like couldn't come out or something? It was a birthday party. Never mind.
No, I saw you. So I saw you. It was like Christmas time, and you were hosting at the Funny Stop.
Yeah.
And then the next night, I went out with like friends that were in town from out of town, and it was only like 7 people, and my buddy brought his girlfriend, and we'd never met his girlfriend before, and she gave everyone there COVID.
Dumb bitch.
Yeah.
This is a well-timed dumb bitch. But like that's of course like that's a great way to like just like their relationship's over now, right? Like they're not dating anymore.
No, they're still dating. Like somebody was in town a couple weeks ago, and they were like, "Hey, you like his girlfriend?" And I was like, "I only met her once, and she gave me COVID, so she like took a month of my life." So I'm not a huge fan. Like
the only time I ever hung out with her, she gave me the plague.
Didn't even say sorry. Like
didn't even say sorry. Like didn't even send a like flowers or anything. Like she just like left.
Yeah. Because I think we hung out at the
night.
Funny Stop, and then we were supposed to like, I think record a live podcast at Jeremy's, and I think I bailed on it because I was like, I got exposed to COVID.
Or no, we recorded the day before. Because didn't I get in town? I got like we recorded, and then it was that night that we recorded that you went.
Oh, that I went and got exposed. Yeah.
Wild.
That was a good time.
Wild times, dude. And then of course, like I hop on a plane like the very next day, so like could have spread it interstate. We're like what they told us to be worried about.
But I got exposed after I saw you, so you had no context with it.
Well, right, but like what if you just like showed up? Like if you didn't like feel like ass or like find out until like that day, you know what I mean? Like it could have just been,
I didn't feel like ass. Like I just found out that she had it, and I was like, it's probably the smart thing to do to stay home. And thank God, we would have just got everyone at the Funny Stop sick.
Worse things have happened though.
That happened. Somebody did go to the Funny Stop with COVID and get like 4 comics sick. So
I still went out whenever I had it.
I don't know. There was a couple of comics that all got COVID right around the same time.
Well, Dylan just said that he went out while he had it, so thank
I
you
didn't
for
do
keeping us an extended lockdown.
Thanks for the lockdown, bro.
Yeah, it's not like the fact that you didn't do shows is like the redeeming quality. You're like, I hung around comedy. I didn't do it during that time.
I was with the Hells Angels.
Oh, thank you for your service.
It was funny though because like really the only place I went was just the bar by my house that I hang out at. And like then like 2 weeks later I was talking to someone there and I was like, yeah, man, I got COVID on Thanksgiving. And the bartender was like, you were here like that whole weekend. I was like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was like a very weird. Like when I got it, I had to like text work. Like it was a weird work text. Like because you're like, hey, pretty sure that I got COVID. Like they told me to stay home for 2 weeks, and then just like I couldn't imagine doing it to real people where you have to like text them and be like, hey man, I think I gave you COVID. I think that has to be the
Yeah.
closest thing to like telling people
That's
you have AIDS.
herpes.
That-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody had to do that at our job. She had to like text a bunch of people she worked with and be like, "Hey, I got COVID," because like our office is open for some reason, and we went in. And she saw like me and her went to lunch. And then
Isn't
she
that
had to
kind of
text me.
HR's job? Yeah, I'm real mad at my HR department at work because, like, I get why like people hate HR departments, and it's not because they like make things all PC. It's just they like find reasons to exist.
It's
But
just
like,
like
isn't that
shitty
some?
bureaucracy.
Yeah, for no reason. Like they
Yeah.
just throw like a random wrench in there for no reason, and then like when something real happens, they're like, "All right, you text them individually." Like, isn't that HR's job to be like send out some sort of notice to everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
know.
think either one of us work in HR, so you're honestly probably asking the wrong people.
We
Yeah.
work in an office.
I don't think
You
I've
work
ever
in an
worked
office.
anywhere that had an HR department.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think so.
So
And I
where do you
used to
go for
sexually
your?
harass a lot of waitresses. So no, but really, I don't think I ever did. Maybe that's a good thing that I don't know. I never got involved. But I don't know. It sounds like bullshit though.
This is my first job that's got an actual HR department. So it's just like I don't know. I've had like cool jobs. I haven't been an accountant forever. Like
Yeah, I've worked at bars and comedy clubs.
yeah, I sold cars. Our HR department was like the same old lady who barely spoke English. Like it's
I
not.
sold cars. Brag about it, dude.
But now they're like, I applied for like a job inside. Like you're supposed to wait until you've been there for like a year, and I've been there for a year in like literally less than a month. So I'm like applying for stuff just to like be prepared. And they're like, we won't even look at this until you've been here a year. And I was like, it's like that's an arbitrary thing. Like you just made it up. A year that I've been there is literally in like 3 weeks. What are you doing?
That's like, dude, I hate dumb shit. Like I didn't get insurance at my current job for 3 months just cause they were like, "Hey, sorry, that's it." It's insane to me that you can work full time and they're just like, "Yeah, we just don't want to give you insurance for 3 months because the government's cool with it."
Well, the best is when they're like, "Hey, you have to be here for 90 days before you get your vacation or some shit." Like,
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna
they did that too.
like, yeah, I'm gonna start like, I'm gonna take vacation 2 weeks into working here. You're gonna pay me, and then I'm gonna quit. Like that's ever happened in the history of ever. But then you just have to wait that arbitrary 90 days, and then you're like, "Oh, okay, now I'm gonna take vacation," and then like you have to pay me. Like it doesn't make sense.
I mean, if it wasn't like that, I'd probably just get new jobs and then just quit and get another one. Get all those nice sign-on bonuses that they got now, and just fucking bail.
Just bail.
Yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool. Is I don't know. I just want to like get paid to do nothing. I don't even want to get paid to do comedy anymore. Like I want to find a way to get like paid to just like tweet about nonsense and like watch movies that I've seen 1,000 times.
You don't want to
You
get
just
paid
get
to
a,
do
just
comedy.
get a job in HR.
Oh, that's a valid. I know I want to get paid to do comedy, but I just want to like do comedy when I want to do comedy. I don't want to like have to work really hard at it for 20 years and then never make it and then just become like a giant alcoholic and talk about like the good times. Like I just want somebody to be like, here's like X amount of dollars, now do whatever you want.
I don't know. Sounds pretty good either way. Except after the 20 years, you just die. And then people start to like you. That's when you hit it big.
Yeah, like right before you die, like Patrice O'Neal, like just starting to get like the recognition you deserve right before you like die of diabetes.
You got to record a special, then die before it gets released.
That's like some Biggie Small shit.
Hey, we're still talking about him.
That is true. die before you like not or get not good.
You can be the Biggie Smalls of comedy. And
Man,
I'll
this
be
got
Suge
real.
Knight.
I don't
I'll
want
be
to do
the
any of
Suge
this.
Knight
This
of
got
comedy.
dark. You guys
I
are
think
just like,
Joe, can you go by Briggy Smalls?
no,
Ooh, that's good.
no, I cannot.
I think we just made you an alter ego.
All right, put me in the rap game. Let's see how this goes. I'll make TikTok.
No, you got to
rap
just
videos.
start going to you got to start going to shows that have 17 people on the poster.
17. You mean like the Funny Stop Amateur Night where there's like 40 people?
Or like
Those were always awesome.
or the shows that you hosted in Sandusky where like it was just like you would fit in with a nickname of Briggy Smalls.
Yeah, those were some tough shows.
Briggy with a B.
Both shows started an hour late. That was rough.
Briggy with a B.
Briggy with a B.
That is just like an oddly specific Akron comment. Yo, so I'm I hosted shows last weekend, not this past weekend, but the weekend before. And this so I got told that I had to do them clean. Dylan kind of already knows about this. I got told I needed to do this clean. And so I go up and like made sure, like I'm not like a dirty comedian by any means. And so like I go up there and I like make sure that I don't even like swear at all. And then like the fucking feature goes up and he's like, Wisconsin, fuck yeah. Or he's like, fucking Wisconsin, yeah, like right off the rip. And I was like, well, what the fuck, dude? And then I continued to call him by the wrong name all weekend and gave him bad, like it was so, and it wasn't even on purpose. Like he had like 3 names, like he had like first, middle, last. And then like the last show, I was just like, John David, oh god damn it. That's how I brought him on stage.
How many times did you get his name wrong?
I get 2 out of 3 times.
Jesus.
Well, the first time I got his name wrong, or I didn't do his intro correctly. I just completely skipped, like, because he was on like Chicago PD and Chicago Fire. Like he was an extra, and that was his credits. So I was like, I forgot, and so I just brought him up, but I got his name right. But at the end of the show, I called him like Brian James Spillner, which is the name of Paul Walker in Fast and the Furious. So I like called him the completely wrong name.
Spillner.
And then the Saturday Late Show just straight up butchered it like hardcore. And then Saturday Early Show, I had to pull my phone out to get it right to say his name right.
That's awesome.
Terrifying.
But like the new Chicago PD and Chicago Fire. And then he goes, pretty much any show with Chicago in the title, I've been in it. So like when I brought him up on the Late Show Saturday, I nailed it. I was like, this dude does comedy like all over the nation, internationally. He's been on Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, but you're gonna see him tonight, like selling it. And I was like, I nailed this, and then I forgot his fucking name.
This next comic was in the musical Chicago.
And also the band Chicago, so covered a lot of ground.
No words at all. Big instrumental guy.
Big instrumental. Dude, your what's his name? Alec Parent was in town this weekend.
Doing what?
He was just in his van. He did jokes on you yesterday, but he was like, I don't know if he was at Hilarities this weekend, but he was in town. He did
I know
that
Shane Gillis was
show.
there last weekend. I just didn't know if who hosted it.
Jimmy hosted it, so I don't know unless he featured, but I think Brian Six featured.
Yeah, Brian Six featured. I saw that.
They didn't feature for that. But that's fun. I like Alec. I'm supposed to see him next month, or no, August.
Is he coming to Wisconsin?
Yeah, they're Zoltan's coming back and doing like a little punk club in Milwaukee, just like a one-nighter. So I think I'm hosting that and Alex featuring.
Cool.
living the dream.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Did you see
Hosted
that?
for dudes 20 minutes from my house.
You see that show I got to do this weekend?
What show?
The Mentor Amphitheater.
What was that all about?
I don't know. Mary got booked in an amphitheater and she asked me to do 10, so I did like 10 on it, and I think it went okay, but it was just wild. It was huge. Like the stage was too big for one person. It was uncomfortable, and the mics kept cutting out.
Oh, it's always awkward when it's like they announce your name and it takes you like 4 minutes to get to the mic.
Yeah, I literally like hit a jog. Like Wanda Mayfield hosted, and she called my name. I had to like jog over to her, and I was like, "I'm so sorry. It's just such a great distance to cover."
You should have rode a bike over.
Yeah, or dude, rode my motorcycle on stage. My dad would have been like, "Hell yeah!"
You're like the Undertaker.
Yeah. This is the first
Did
time
it take Wanda like half of your set to walk? Like, no, this isn't like a Wanda's big joke. Like that, I saw that stage. How long did it take her to get off stage when you got up there?
I didn't even like once I got the microphone, I didn't even turn around and look because I was just so nervous. It was like that's probably most people I've ever performed in front of, and then my parents were there. They'd never seen me do stand up.
Oof.
Yeah, there was like people from my old job who never saw me do stand up that were there, so I just was like, all right, I need to come out and do it. And then it's like a big PA system, so you have to give it like an extra half a second for your like voice to get to them.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Those are always like hell gigs though. Like when people who haven't seen you, like old coworkers or like your parents, like when like the first night I met Katie Moynihan, her roommate, I went to high school with her roommate. And so I was like, oh no, like somebody like randomly in Cleveland who went to my high school is gonna see me do stand up. And like what if they talk to somebody from high school and now there's just like a bunch of people who think I suck at stand up.
Yeah, you always have like 10 excuses that you like say before you even perform. You're just like, oh yeah, you know, like there's usually a lot more people here, like crowd's kind of weird, and I got a headache.
It's a different mic than I'm used to, and the sun's still out.
Last night was fucking awesome.
Well, that was like the weirdest part is because like there were other like Toledo, like people from Toledo on the show, like Toledo comics, which shouldn't be a thing, but it is. They're actually kind of funny over there. But it was at that that Tremont Public Works. That's where the show was at. I was on that with it was Ryan Chernick before he moved to DC.
Oh yeah. He's in DC now.
Yeah, some kid who like went to high school with my sister. Dave Flint was hosting. Like it was a good show. Like we all crushed. Like we all did a really good job. But then you're just like, all right, I hope that like that one person that I went to high school with tells everybody I did well. And they're not like, Ray does stand up and he sucks at it.
Well, like the most vindicating thing that happened is somebody else that I used to work with that wasn't there texted me and was like, hey, heard a couple people went to your show and it went really well. And I was just like, thank God. Because if they would have been like, he sucked, I don't think I would have got that message.
Hey, a bunch of people told me I was lucky that I didn't
go. Yeah. Unless he's just so far in on the joke that he was just like, watch this, I'm going to boost his dumb fucking confidence. And he just sent that message.
Let's see if we can get him to waste his whole life on this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's why I didn't tell anybody for like the longest that I was doing it is because I didn't want anybody to come out and see me be terrible. Like
100%.
My roommate in college or after college and his wife, like who I was living with, when I first started doing comedy, they've seen me like do the worst shows in the entire world. And like if I'm in town, they like still won't come out and see me because they're like, yeah, we're good. Like, no, I swear 5 years ago is a lot better than like a lot worse than I am now.
Yeah.
My friends used to always try and come to like LVT and shit. I'm like, no, like you're not invited to that. Like I don't want you to see me perform there.
That's like to me, that's like the equivalent of like if you're playing high school sports, your friends being like, hey, we're gonna come watch you at soccer practice. Like why? Why would you want to like go to a game? You know what I mean? It's
I don't know. LVT was actually like the last couple of times I went there was actually fun. Like it's weird getting support at LVT. Like people paying attention and not like just other comedians being shitty.
It's been really good. This past Wednesday was, I'd say, the worst set I've had since things reopened from COVID, actually. But besides that, it's been like super solid.
Isn't someone else hosting it now?
Yeah, Jimmy Killius is hosting it now.
I don't know who that is.
He started right around the time I started,
Oh.
so about probably 2.5 years.
He's very funny. I almost saw him have to fight somebody from the Ku Klux Klan.
Cool.
Really?
Yeah, that was in actually rural PA. We were in.
Dude, I love it. He'll just like run his mouth for the bit. He's like in it for the bit, and he'll just keep going on a bit, even
Well,
though
he
it's
did
like
a joke about like how his grandmother was like in the Klan or something like
Yeah.
that, or they said like you know that joke, like his something about his grandma in the Klan, and some dude walks from the back, like doesn't heckle or anything, walks from the back, walks up and says it in only Jimmy's ear, and then like walks away, and Jimmy's like, well, that was the weird, like he's still on stage, and he's like, well,
Oh.
that was like
What?
the weirdest thing that's ever happened. And so like this is when I was still smoking. So we went outside to smoke a cigarette. And I was like, so what did that guy say to you? And he came and he's like, oh, like he like had blacked out because it was like halfway through his set. And so he just had to keep going. He's like, he came up and he said that I would regret that joke someday.
Jesus.
Like you
He
got
did-
threatened by the Klan.
We did Grindstone on Friday, and Jimmy was on the show with me, and there was a dude in the front row who had like eyeliner on and like the tattoos. He literally looked like an older Chris Angel, and Jimmy did a bunch of Chris Angel jokes, and like kind of like led him down a path, and then was like, "I just mind freaked you," and it was like pretty solid. And then Jimmy's set ends, and he's hanging out in the back, and like the dude's girlfriend comes up to Jimmy and is like, "Hey, I just want you to know he's a really nice guy, but he is in fact in the Hell's Angels." And like told Jimmy that, and Jimmy was like, "Why didn't you get fucking killed today?" Like talk shit about fake Chris Angel.
Well, I just tweeted something about TM Francis, which Dylan, I'm sure you've got some good TM Francis stories. But like I
I was
tweeted
actually
like
just thinking of him like yesterday. The hell's
were
he
you
doing?
I saw something on Facebook where it said like TM Francis is too funny to get his ass kicked, just ask him. And like I think I remember that fight, like so like he would just throw people out of the Stone Tavern on Mondays, and
Yeah.
then people would like try to like fight him or heckle him. Like he got in a fight dressed as Jesus on Halloween the one time.
He got a fight dressed as Jesus.
Yeah, he ruled, but like he'd just be so funny, and like he would not give a fuck. Like if you were talking shit, like he was just better at it than you. Like I don't know, and then he would throw hands too.
And he would
I was
throw
just thinking.
hands.
I was just thinking yesterday of one time at Gyro, there was like just two like 18-year-old kids like right up front, and they just would not shut up. Like we weren't even doing jokes. We were just like, stop fucking talking right now, and they would just keep like talking back to us. So eventually, like everyone just kind of like chased them out, but they still had to get picked up like by their mom. And like their mom showed up like right as Al like hip tossed this dude like right onto the concrete. And we're all just like, fuck you guys. And his mom's just like freaking out. It's fucking cool. I like when Al gets pissed.
Those like that when Gyro was like a spot to be. Those are probably the best days in comedy of all time. Like
Yeah.
when people would come down to do Gyro.
That was my first open mic, dude.
It's where all the greats start.
But like there would be nights where like people who still like don't even do it anymore. Like Eric Cribley would come
Yeah.
down, like Joe Howard, fucking when Sheer was still like actually doing it, and like
Yeah.
like Sean Boyd and all them, like they would just like come from wherever, and like it'd be almost like a legit show.
Curtis Cook used to come to Gyro.
Yeah,
Like
like
anytime he was
yeah.
back.
That was like even like times that I did it. Like the first year I did comedy, I'd go down there. I feel like almost every week, and it was either like nobody was in there, or that room was like fire.
Yeah.
Because there was, I don't know. Because you
Good
just get
Gyro
random
nights,
college
I would
kids.
put against anybody. Like
I mean, there was
especially
never
like
shit in Cleveland on Sundays either.
Yeah, there's still nothing in Cleveland on Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, Pharmacy's in Akron, but that's 45 minutes too.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else.
Right, you started at Gyro too, right? Or no,
I
did you
started
start
at
at
Michelle's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that. That room was a bit
I also
of a
threw
shit
myself
show.
I threw myself a birthday party at Michelle's for a show. That was fun.
Like during comedy.
Oh yeah, like I was like, because Michelle's was like done, and so it was like my birthday was on like some random night. I think it was like Wednesday or something that like Michelle's used to be on, and I was like, well, it's my birthday, so I want to show my like throw myself a show here, and so Tommy, the owner of the bar, let us do it, and I just kind of spent my entire set yelling at the bartender. I was like blackout drunk.
Remember, you used to always get the pictures of margaritas.
Yeah, dude. Like whatever night Michelle's was on, Tuesdays or Wednesdays,
Yeah,
it was $11 pitchers of margaritas, and it would be the best if Tommy's wife was bartending because she would almost make it like a bottomless margarita, and then you just like I would sit there and then like almost get a DUI every Tuesday.
yeah.
Jesus.
Like you got me turned on to the picture of margarita, and there were so many times where I had to have Eric Jacoby drive my car home. Like I can't do it, man.
Dude, it was bad news. Like, because they were just like, it was like a bottle of tequila with like a little bit of margarita mix, basically. And then they're just like, here, it's $10 or whatever.
Yeah,
It's $10.
It was 10 or
Yeah,
$11.
it's
It was like super cheap.
yeah.
Man,
Those were fun though. Remember AJ used to do those where you pull the topic out of like the bucket and then like just like riff on whatever shit you pulled out, you know?
Yeah, that was those were fun. I like how
Those were hard because AJ's like well educated.
Yeah, he's an
I
insane
just
person,
pulled it
too.
out and I'm like, I don't know what this is.
but also like that's like stand and deliver I think does it better where they like you pick like the crowd picks the topics, then you have
Yeah.
like the rest of the show to write the joke. Like
Yeah,
doing
exactly.
it right on the spot is like, all right, this is just improv and this is like impossible.
Yeah. Plus with stand and deliver, like I feel like the crowd usually at least understands that like it's hard to write a joke in that short of a time. So they kind of like give you like some leeway, you know?
I like really miss that. That's like the one show that hasn't come back from COVID yet, and I really miss it. In
Oh,
Cleveland.
East End?
Yeah,
Yeah, that place was always fucking sweet.
yeah. They haven't come back, and neither is. I don't think Great Lakes is ever going to come back, but it's a bummer.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
He needs to bring back what was the one that he Barrio. That one was the best.
That one got like canceled because of the neighbors at Barrio. Like the people that lived in the apartments there kept complaining about comics going outside and being too loud and stuff. That's why it got canceled.
Well, it's probably gonna be worse whenever it's just a bunch of fucking 21-year-olds blacked out on margaritas in that room.
Yeah, but they don't like blackout on Mondays, really.
That's something. Well,
Still late.
I don't know. Bill made it sound like the like manager of Barrio was just like, we can make more money if we just have people in there eating tacos.
Probably that too.
Yeah. All right.
It's like
that
every
whole
time a
room
show.
would be packed though. There's no way they weren't selling drinks at least, because that room would just be
Yeah.
like completely full.
Yeah. It was like hard to walk to the stage. Like you have to like, push people out of the way.
I never did that one. It like got canceled right when I started comedy.
Really?
Those are probably up there as the best sets I've ever done. Like is at that room, just because they were like, I would say it was packed, but it was like forgiving too. Like it was
Really?
just I don't think I've seen anybody do a bad set there.
Oh, I have. But
The bar that like for some reason I have just like good luck in that room is John Brown runs and Brandon Petrie run that Grindstone in Berea.
I've never been there.
I've done like probably like 10 or 15 sets there, and I've had one bad one, and the rest of the times I just crush. I don't know what's up with that room, but
It's that brown petri dish vibe, dude.
it's just like old middle-aged white people, and they apparently like get my shit for some reason. Because I'm an old person at heart.
TikTok was always real hit or miss, but whenever it was on, it was like fucking wild. It was weird.
Which one?
TikTok?
Oh yeah, that TikTok just came back. It's only been back for like a month or two. Yeah. But I mean, every time I've gone, I feel like it's just been comics.
Yeah. I don't know. It like goes in waves, it seems like.
Yeah. That's how LBT is too. Sometimes it's just like only comics, and then sometimes it's like packed. It's outrageous. But
All
I
right,
used to be able to,
boys.
like,
I have to
see
eat dinner
TikTok.
at some point. What shows do we have to promote?
Shows?
Yeah, any shows to promote? Anything coming up?
No, I'm like depressingly not booked for the immediate future. So if anyone wants to just give a young boy some, I'm going to the Astros game on Friday. So if you see me on TV, I'm going to be holding a sign that said, "The Astros cheated. What are they? My ex-wife." So
I'll probably get
Are you
on.
really doing that? Because that's so funny.
100%, 100%.
Can you put like a little like in parentheses, this guy gets it, and like put an arrow?
This guy gets it. Like at me.
Oh, that's so funny. That's very stupid.
I wanna-
Yeah, I don't have anything real either. I have a show in like middle of July that I'm doing for tips, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I actually have a show Tuesday. Never mind.
Winchester?
No, it's a grog shop. I'm not doing comedy. I'm playing bass, but it's a comedy show. So
Oh, welcome back.
Sounds hilarious.
yeah,
Are you the white James Earl Brassfield now? Is that what you're just gonna sit there on a stool behind it?
no, it's like Hulk has a fake band called the Stepdads of Galway that does Irish rock, and so in between every comic, they're gonna play like a song or two. I'm playing.
Oh,
bass.
is it Polk Show? Is that like making its triumphant return?
No, Polk Show is they're at Hilarities again, but it's like once a month they're doing it, I think, and it's gonna be in the main room now.
Oh, that rule.
Ooh.
Yeah, the first one went really good. I couldn't. I had a show. Oh shit! I had a show the same day, so I didn't get to go. But I heard it went really well.
That shit was always fucking fun.
Yeah, that was my favorite show to go. Like just hang out at. But
Yeah.
Those are always my favorite though too, because like people would always be like, it's weird going up after like an improv or like a sketch or something. It's like, yeah, that keeps the crowd like at least paying attention. After the fucking 14th comic, you're like, all right, I'm bored of stand up. Like that, like at least kept them like thinking and moving.
plus, it's like I just kind of love that it was always like hectic, and just like
I love
all over
that
the place.
Facebook Live shit he would always do.
Yeah, Facebook.
Yeah.
Jimmy just like interviewing people like a psycho. I love that.
But all right, Dylan already said he doesn't have anything.
Yeah,
So-
I literally have no plans until like November.
Jeez.
Hell yeah. Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
Is that in Cleveland?
What?
Is that in Cleveland or no?
Thanksgiving? It's like the whole country.
All right, that's close enough. That's what we're gonna finish it on. All right, when I hit end, it's done. Bye, everybody.
Yeah.